That's very kind. Thank you very much.
Hello, Professor Dawkins. I'm definitely a fan, but I'm having trouble reconciling one thing. You say that religious beliefs are basically preferences like pizza or any kind of color or something. However, you yourself preach that the faith in non-belief is an objective truth. How can objective truths in general exist in the realm of subjective belief?
Objective truth exists in the real world. What science is about is finding out what is true in the real world. For example, plate tectonics, the movement of continents, is true. It is supported by massive amounts of evidence. It doesn't mean that scientific beliefs are always true for all time, because sometimes new evidence comes in to change people's beliefs. But there always is a standard, which is evidence. And that standard of evidence is objective, it's universal, it applies wherever you're born, wherever you live. An Indian scientist, a Japanese scientist, an American scientist, looking at the same data, will come to the same conclusion. The same, of course, is not true of religious belief. The questioner asks, how can there be an objective truth in a world of subjectivity? Well, genuinely subjective phenomena like love of certain kinds of music or love of another person, there are truths about that which are not amenable to immediate scientific investigation. But that doesn't mean that there's something other than scientific events, scientifically investigable events going on in the mind of a person who loves a kind of poetry, loves a kind of music, or loves another person. You cannot necessarily prove that your wife loves you by scientific means, but you can observe all sorts of little catches in the voice, little looks in the eye, years of experience, years of exposure, and that is evidence, that's genuine, objective, real-world evidence of the same kind as scientific evidence is, even though it may not be systematic or experimental in the way that scientific evidence ideally is.